Turning now to the wildfires raging in the American West. The biggest by far is in Arizona. In less than a week, 1/3 of a million acres have gone up in smoke, with 200 homes destroyed. This weekend, two fast and furious wildfires northeast of Phoenix merged, then converged outside the town of Show Low, a wall of flame 50 miles long. 30,000 people have been forced out of the burn zone, which is now roughly the size of Los Angeles. Show Low is next on the fire's hit list. CBS News is covering the fires and the evacuees. First to Vince Gonzalez in the eye of the firestorm. Vince?
John, yesterday we were on the edge of the smoke cloud here, but we spent most of the day today in the middle of it. And while those clouds were here hanging low, they helped cool down the area, taking away some of the fire's energy, and that was good news for firefighters. With the blaze less than a mile from the outskirts of Show Low, firefighters patrolled the town, putting out spot fires started by burning embers. Over the weekend, fire officials predicted a wall of flame would sweep through Show Low. They credit a twilight aerial attack and good weather with holding the fire back.
What that means is we're going to get a handle on this fire. We're beginning to get the upper hand.
Fire crews have also gone around Show Low and surrounding communities, deciding which homes can be saved and which ones will burn. It's estimated that 345 businesses, houses, and trailer homes have already been destroyed. A 100-year-old policy of aggressively fighting wildfires has left forests across the nation thick with brush, creating the perfect wildfire conditions seen here. Last year, Congress gave federal agencies nearly $3 billion to fix this problem, primarily by clearing the forests of brush. But a series of government reports have been increasingly critical of the Forest Service, accusing it of incompetence and mismanagement, saying because of that, the risks to human lives are increased. The head of the U.S. Forest Service says he's caught between environmentalists who want to keep the forests as pristine as possible and loggers who are willing to thin the forests if they can cut down trees to make more money.
And of course, when there isn't a public consensus, there's lawsuits and delays and whatnot.
Show Low's mayor, whose family had to evacuate, says this fire proves a balance needs to be struck.
There's got to be a compromise. Neither extreme will be satisfied with the final answer.
As for the immediate fire threat, the first signs of optimism today as new fire lines seem to be holding around Show Low. But the concern about this blaze goes all the way to the White House. President Bush will visit here tomorrow, survey the fight against the fire, and meet with displaced residents. John?
Vince Gonzalez in the front lines of the wildfires from Show Low, Arizona. Vince, thanks. Most of the thousands of Arizona evacuees have gone to safer ground about 50 miles east of Show Low in Eager, Arizona. Eager as in eager to go home again. But that may not happen for days. Sandra Hughes is with the refugees.
For the 30,000 people who fled the Arizona flames, shelter was easily found. 700 people slept last night inside the Red Cross Evacuation Center in the town of Eager. Makeshift bedrooms popped up everywhere.
Just got out with their clothes on their back, some people,
Others had time to grab treasured possessions, but what many can't find is reassurance that their homes are still standing.
I'm just terrified. I've cried all night.
Some are already making plans to rebuild.
If necessary, we'll live in a tent until I can get it rebuilt. That's home to us, and I don't want to go anywhere else.
The evacuees anxiously await any information about the town, the business, the home they left behind.
But I'm telling you now, it'll be between 300 and 400 miles around this fire.
So far, in the half-dozen towns emptied by fire, crews have gone into the destruction to take count of what burned. And officials are well aware of fire refugees' frayed nerves.
I know it's very difficult for those of you that are out there, that are evacuees, and the waiting and the watching and the wondering is worse than being here with the ashes falling on you.
But the news that the town of Show Low probably won't be overrun by a wall of flame came as a great relief.
I want to see it.
I hope that's true, yeah.
I certainly hope it's true. I just want to see it. I want to go home.
Relief for some, anguish for others. Officials said today for those whose homes were destroyed, it could be 8 or 9 days before they can go back, even to take a look, because it's still just too dangerous. John?
Sandra Hughes reporting for us tonight from Eager, Arizona. Sandra, thanks. The Arizona fire has now eclipsed Colorado's worst ever fire in size, but not so far in misery. The big one south of Denver, the Hayman fire, is 70% contained, but a 63,000-acre blaze near Durango is proving tougher to fight. almost 50 homes have been destroyed. Health officials report at least one Colorado resident had a fatal asthma attack triggered by smoke inhalation. In the upper Midwest, the problem today is too much water. A foot of rain over the weekend sent rivers spilling over their banks in Minnesota, damaging homes and farmland. Sandbag brigades were out in force to help keep a bad situation from getting worse. You're watching the Monday edition of the CBS Evening News.